Hi, today is May the 3rd. This is Tuesday. It's about 11 o'clock CET, so probably quite early in the US. And this is the SPX Outlook. I apologize, I don't have time to do it on a weekly basis. And again, join the Slack group where I give you 2 updates a day. And I want to maybe emphasize on the need to be in a position to read the market accurately enough to make the right decisions when it comes to options trading. A trader, an acquaintance of mine, a good trader, told me that even if you trade quote-unquote market neutral, there's nothing like a market neutral trader. You have to hedge both ends of the market and also think in terms of a dual dimension. Basically, we trade volatility even more than we trade direction as such. So, without further ado, let's start. This is a 4-hour chart on the SPX, and as you can see, we've been in a downward channel for quite a while. It has been respected, and even yesterday when the market tested this very strong support, incidentally, this support was visible for a long time. Even if I use my merry math lines, you see this is a very strong support here. There was a kind of a capitulation here on 4060, and we can also see that on the gamma pressure. That's another tool which I provide on the Rhino Slack, where we can see what dealers are doing in the background. So a lot of things may be not visible to the naked eye until you look at JEX and VEX, mostly JEX. VEX is more an additional piece of information from time to time. JEX is generally, which means the gamma exposure is differently what is most important most of the time. So okay, we bounced off 4060 and now we are probably in the same down channel. We have FOMC tomorrow, so it's going to be quite hesitant until tomorrow. And volatility yesterday peaked almost at 37. I mean, this pretty good resistance to drop to 32. It's actually below the intermediate support on 34.40, and now it's going to probably look at 31.20 as a support. I don't think it's going to go down to 28 or 28.2 until FOMC, but we may have a major crash. If the market likes what the Fed is doing, we may have actually the volatility drop a lot. That's why on the current trades, but that's another video, I took advantage of this vol spike yesterday. So back to SPX. Here we are in a kind of a limbo situation. This is not a very important level. The stronger level is probably 42.20. Maybe that will wait for tomorrow to actually get to 24.20, and by that time it's going to be probably also the high boundary of this channel. So I would say today we'll have some congestion, maybe a willingness to test 4100 or below, but I think this capitulation may have actually signaled that a bottom is behind us. So let's go to the 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart, we see that the market is hesitant around this range, and we could see the market dropping again to maybe, I don't think 41.25 is very important. 41.20, 41.40 was an important level, but now I would say this is around 40.60. So the market could drop a little bit, digest the recovery. The bears may want to still try and test that, but I don't think they will be strong enough. And for that, I again invite you to look at JEX for more visibility and more clarity. So at this point, some congestion to bearish congestion in the next few hours, and I will update the Rhino Slack in a few hours, probably just after news time, which is 8:30 Eastern. So I would say we're still in a long channel that has been valid for quite a while. There was an excursion late April, but now I think we're back into it. Of course, tomorrow, if the market after volatility drops tests 42.20 and channel highs, we may get back to the higher channel and maybe go to 4300 or 4375, which is a very strong resistance at this time. So I would say for now some bearish congestion, but beware, tomorrow is going to be a crazy day. Of course, we look at highly correlated levels, and here we've got a high volume level on 13100 on the Nasdaq, and the market could probably drift down a little bit. This was not exactly a very important support level. The store level here on 12,800 was penetrated, and maybe this could be a temptation for bears to take it to 12,500, but I don't think it's coming. Of course, that could happen if the Fed is really disappointing, far too dovish for the market. We also look at the reaction to the Fed, or what the Fed is not doing with the short-term rates. Short-term rates have been and if I look at the 4-hour chart, I mean, it is so clear. We are in a very good upward channel. So rates are going up, and that's probably not good for derivatives, not good for the economy. This is not looking too good. At the same time, the 2-year 10-year spread, which is also a good indication of how the market is perceiving the potential turn into recession. We've been trading in a range, and the market will need to break this one and go back to lows around 0, which it hit in March. So at this point, I would say it's not too bearish. It's going bearish, but not too bearish. Also, yesterday we saw that the VUG of a VTV bounced off 175. It's still a very shallow bounce. We need to actually check whether it goes to the channel highs or above. So, but I would say don't count out the tech titans. Basically, they've been leading the market for a long time, and we can't rule out that they will be back in the forefront in the next few weeks. Of course, also because the tech titans again do dominate, I'll check on the FANG plus Tesla for Microsoft. So it's actually a hybrid type of mix. And we see that the market bounced off 3,000, and we will see whether it can claw back about. This is a test recovery level. If this one breaks on the upside, we may have a rally coming. So this is what you need to be looking at. Okay, I could also mention the Dow. The Dow yesterday tested very, very firmly the 32,800. I think it's going to try and test for a double bottom, test it again. So that's why we are in a bearish congestion at first. But beware, the market could actually shoot up tomorrow after FOMC. Okay, that is it for now. The main lesson from this video is that yes, an accurate, or at least a good enough market trading technique is important to manage your positions correctly. I will try and record the next video on current positions. As you can see, using this type of information, the current trades are doing pretty well. Thank you for watching, and see you on Slack. Bye for now.